Hello, and today I'll be doing a breakdown video for Pokemon Journeys Opening 2. And this version of the song is sung by Nishikawa and Kirisho, and the last version was Over the Rain, in case you were wondering what the difference was. So, to talk about the song itself, I definitely enjoyed the first one more immediately. I like the After the Rain version the first time I heard it. This one, I've been getting used to it after hearing it a few times, but I think it'll take more time to get used to. That aside, what we saw in the opening didn't disappoint at all. Spoiler warning now if you haven't seen it, the opening, but it has spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, it's not for you. We see upcoming characters, returning characters, not to mention future plot points, and Pokemon 4 characters. So if you're excited to see that stuff, this opening has it. So the opening starts off with Ash and Go just running, and we see Koharu in the back as they're preparing to head out to do something. And I think this could imply that she's ready to be there for whatever they plan on doing, because we see her looking hesitant and then she stands behind them as they're getting ready to go. And this would be nice because I've made videos talking about Koharu going on a journey with Ash and Go. So afterwards we see Ash and Go looking at a screen with all the cover legendaries of every gen. I'm not sure if this means we'll be getting more info or different stories on them, or if they're just there as a replacement because last time they had the starter Pokemon and this time they have the legendaries. That would be it if I had to make an assumption. So after that we transition into Go and Mew, and that's because Mew is his dream, and then we see Lightning followed by Zapdos and the legendary birds and a Pokeball, and I'm honestly not sure what to make of this. It could mean a multitude of things. It could just imply that we're gonna see them soon, but it also implies that Go will catch them, even if it's just Zapdos, because we saw Lightning specifically, and then that was followed by Lightning and a Pokeball closing. If it was just gonna be Go seeing them, they would probably show Articuno, because Uno, Dos, Tres, Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. Or I guess the correct order would be Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. But this strongly implies that Go will catch Zapdos, and I don't think Go, in my opinion, is ready to be catching any legendary Pokemon at all. Not even until maybe the end of the series if he shows growth enough to catch them. Because he kind of just chucks Pokeballs at Pokemon, and there's no way that's going to fly with a legendary Pokemon. Unless they plan on further incorporating raids in the series, this just isn't going to fly by with, I guess, Pokemon logic and with the fans in general. And the only legendary I can possibly see Go getting is a minor one like Kubfu, but even then I see Ash getting Kubfu and training in Galar with Mustard. So after that we see Ash and Go's Pokemon showing off their abilities and possibly hinting at a battle between Ash and Go, which I would love to see. We also see that Go has an Aerodactyl, which is cool, and he'll probably get that from Cinnabar Island here in Kanto. I'm also interested in Ash versus Go, but Ash should be able to completely sweep Go, so I don't really know if this is going to be competition. But this does leave the room open for Go to go on gym battles, or I guess a journey in Galar, which I've predicted and made a video about. So I'm not going to really talk more about that. So after that we see Team Rocket doing nothing as usual with the Gotcha Machine. Then G-Max, Pikachu, and Dreadnought, and I'm pretty sure that's from episode 12 or 13. If not, I guess an upcoming rematch and maybe Ash catches it. But I do want to see Ash practice Gigantamax battling in the Galar region. So after that, we get a look at Riola and Galarian Farfetch'd training, which was pretty cool. Then another look at Ash and Go's team. Ash, or I guess Go, is getting a Flygon, maybe from the wild area in Galar. Apparently some people are upset about Go getting Flygon. I didn't even know it was going to be Ash getting Flygon was a thing. But I've come to accept that Go is just going to get powerful Pokemon from now on, and we're just going to have to live with it, even though he doesn't deserve any of the strong Pokemon he's catching. So after that, we switch over into three major things. One is Eternatus in its Eternamax form. We saw Eternatus for the first time when Ash first came to Galar, and it passed by when he was on the plane. So that hints at definitely a future plot point. But the next two major things we see is Go with Cinderace, which is wow because Go hardly trains, but to be fair, he does train, or I guess Raboot does the most battling, so whatever. But what's crazier is Ash with his Lucario. We all knew it was coming, but I thought it'd come a bit later since getting Lucario has been a process. Don't rush it now. Don't rush to the conclusion now. Unless Lucario is going to end up getting a special G-Max form in Sinnoh remakes, or maybe even a Megastone from Karina like in X and Y. If that's the case, then yes, I guess we do need to have Lucario appear earlier in the series. But moving on, after that we get more we see Leon and Raihan. I guess they'll appear more often in the series. Then we get the revelation that we've been waiting for, and probably the highlight of this video. The Sun and Moon crews return. We see Kiawe, Sophocles, Lana, and Malo, and I honestly can't wait for this. I've already made a video talking about Ash's return to Alola and what I think will happen. I think Lily will be there, not Lily, Koharu will be there, and that she'll be catching Pokemon. I talked about which ones in that video. But in case you were wondering why Lily isn't here, Lily and Gladion left Alola in the last episode to go search for their father. So hopefully we see Lily in her own separate arc later on. Team Alola also returning also means that the door is fully open, which is kind of always has been for this series. For other returning characters for other series, is it likely? I don't think so, because someone who's like 10 has no idea what the Sinnoh crew or Hoenn crew is like. And them returning has no appeal to these younger kids that the Pokemon Company is trying to appeal to. But it would be nice for older fans to see these old returning characters. So after that we see Celebi, who was in the latest episode and who's going to be in the upcoming movie. Ludicolo and Marshtomp. Could be a Brock reference, I doubt it though. Then Ash and Go looking off at Vermilion City at 4 different times a day. Then we get a view of the Slumbering Weld from Galar. That plus seeing Eternamax in this makes me think that the Galar post-game will be a part of the plot of Galar in the anime. Because the Slumbering Weld has no relevance till post-game and after the final battle of the main story. So it should be interesting how they incorporate this into the anime. After that we see Bee, who we know is coming in future episodes, then Ash walking into what looks to be the tunnel for a Galar gym battle. But 2 things: 1, he didn't have a uniform on, and 2, we probably would have seen Nessa or Milo in the opening, so it could just be another World Championship match. And the last thing I want to talk about is Go getting Heracross and Flygon, which is probably coming soon. I believe episode 35 in the next one, or 36, somewhere around those times, is where he's catching those 2 Pokemon. So that's all for the opening. There was a lot to dissect in this opening. I feel like the video could have been longer, but I don't want it to be. Pretty much everything from the opening and the trailer. So let me know what you thought of both in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed. The review for the latest episode should be out soon. Thanks for watching, and bye.